What's going on, YouTube family? It's Dr. Julio Cabrera here, also known as the Fighter's Physio. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to give you 3 of my favorite foot and ankle exercises to improve ankle dorsiflexion mobility during a squat. So first stretch I want you to do is the soleus stretch. 3 of the main reasons for lack of ankle dorsiflexion. Number 1 is a tight soleus muscle. The soleus muscle is a muscle down here and kind of underneath the calf, a little in front, that oftentimes gets overused and overworked because it's one of those muscles designed for long distance walking, running, etc. Whereas the gastroc muscle, the calf muscle up here, is more of a power-based muscle designed for explosiveness. So a lot of people will stretch their gastrocs until they're blue in the face, and they'll never stretch their soleus, and that's why their ankle dorsiflexion never improves, because they're only getting half of the equation in terms of soft tissue tightness back here. Now, when you hold these stretches, you want to hold them for about a 30-second minimum, about 3 times total if you need a break. But bottom line, you can get to 90 seconds however you please. It could be 3 times 30 seconds, 2 for 45, or 1 for 90, but you got to hit that 90-second mark. According to research, that oftentimes is what shows with static stretching that you're getting some true length changes in the muscle tissue. So essentially what separates these 2 stretches, they look very similar, is the fact that the knee is locked here. The gastrocnemius is a multi-joint muscle, right? You have to extend your knee and dorsiflex your foot to get a full-on stretch here. Whereas to isolate the soleus, you allow the knee to bend and for the tibia to transfer forward while keeping the heel fixed to the floor, and that will essentially isolate the soleus. Now, the third reason, strength aside and stability aside, is lack of joint space in the front of the ankle here. Now, very important here, okay? A lot of people do this improperly. You want to make sure that the band is not on the tibia, right? Not on the shin. You want to go right where the joint line is here, right? Find this joint line, or you can use one of your malleoli as a reference point. You want to make sure the band goes just below that point. That way, you are pulling the talus, which is part of the foot, and the heel back, and clearing space so that the tibia can translate forward. You don't want to pull this back, because then that's going to cause more blocking. If you're really stiff, you don't necessarily need a kettlebell. You can just do it with body weight. So go ahead and just put a little bit of your body weight through your hand here, kind of just digging this heel into the mat there, into the box, yep, and then just transfer that forward. And then what you should feel with this, you may feel a little more of a pronounced stretch in the soleus. Ideally, over time, what we want to eventually feel is a little bit of pressure, little bit of stiffness in the front of the ankle here. Now, you don't want that to be sharp, and you don't want it to be a significant pressure or achiness, because there is a bursa sac in front here that if you pinch and you're a little too aggressive can become inflamed and cause some issues. Then I'm going to ask you to hold this kettlebell on top of your knee. Work smarter, not harder, right? That'll drive his heel down for him, and then from there you can just kind of lean forward. And I'm curious, from your perspective, which one do you feel it with more? The weight in the front of the ankle joint? So there you go. So Ben needed a little bit more pressure, whereas someone like myself who has a little bit of a tightness on the right side won't necessarily require it. Anyway, I hope this video was informational and enjoyable. Look forward to chopping it up with y'all later. I was gonna say let's go next. Leave that shit. Such a